On this episode, we discuss Until Dawn.
An odd conclusion to Richard Linklater's Before trilogy.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Flophouse. I'm Dan McCoy.
Oh, hey, that's Dan McCoy, and this is Stuart Wellington.
I'm looking at Dan McCoy and Stuart Wellington, and I like what I see. My name is Elliot Kalin, and today we're joined by a very special guest. You might even call her the star of the show.
Coming at you hot, this is Hallie Haglund.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Too hot.
Yeah, she's. Have you been moonlighting as a Shock Jock radio DJ?
They call her the human soundboard, Hallie Haglund.
You straightened your shirt, and I thought you were like, yeah, I'm wearing this Neil Young shirt. Well, all shock jocks wear.
Yeah. It does have a megaphone on it. That feels kind of shock jockey.
There are a lot of shock jocks who are searching for a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're all back in our respective coasts. Of course, I was just out there seeing Elliot briefly and Hallie briefly as well. But now there's two folks on each coast. It's all balanced out. It's
Finally,
all
the American continent won't flip over anymore.
Yeah. Now, guys, real quick, let's be real for a second. Dan, cover your ears. Was Dan a good guest, or was he a real pain in the ass?
No, Dan was a great guest. He rolled with some scheduling mishaps that were my fault, and he did a great job with it. Very unlike him. And I felt like he's shown a lot of maturity and development. He was very good with my younger son. He drew Italian brain rot after Italian brain rot at my son's request. So Dan was a great, good guest. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I was listening. I didn't follow your instructions.
You didn't put your hands over the headphones that are on your ears right now?
Yeah, I
Put them
tried. It didn't do
inside
anything.
the headphones. It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dan is a flat Stanley. He's got very thin fingers. Yeah.
Flat Danley.
Thank you.
This is, of course, Shocktober. We're doing our second. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to shock you. Yeah, I've installed Tingler things in your little seats.
Yeah.
And we did Imaginary last week, and
Of course.
Dan, here's where my
head
head is at. Here's where my head is at. I forgot we did Imaginary, so I kept being like, am I watching the right movie? Did I get it wrong? What's going on? Did I? Oh, wait. And I had to keep looking up our schedule that we have internally. Be like, oh, yeah, Imaginary. Oh, yeah, that's a movie. Why? So what are we watching now?
Yeah, like you were in some kind of weird like time loop. That
Exactly.
you couldn't get out of.
And I
Scarier than any of the movies we watched.
I texted Hallie with the option of watching either Imaginary or Until Dawn, and she was like, people would expect me to do Imaginary, so I think I'm going to pick Until Dawn.
Well, did I make a bad choice? Was Imaginary?
No,
What did you
this
guys
was
think of Imaginary?
Bad.
I mean, neither of these are, they're on the Flophouse, both of them, so there is no
So what
good
does that
choice.
tell you?
I feel like the last few movies I've watched for the Flophouse have been
I mean, you watched
really
what,
good.
Italian Mafia Mama, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
that
then
one
That's
rocks.
true.
the last one I watched was the monkey one. That was so good.
Oh, yeah. Solid Man. What's it called? Real Man?
Uh,
Rock and Roll Man?
the
Better Man.
Robbie
Better
Williams
Man.
one.
Better Man, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
not gonna.
the best movie of the century.
I went to a video store and I asked for, because I like to watch things on physical media, and I go, can you get me a copy of Better Man? And they looked and they can't find a Better Man.
That's,
Wow, that's still paying dividends there.
No, I would say I don't want to tip my hand too much about where we're going with this. I won't say any more than this, but I definitely enjoyed this more than I enjoyed Imaginary.
For sure,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to get in
Sure,
on
you
this
wanna-
piece?
It's rare that we get to watch a movie where this many people explode during the movie. Yeah.
That's true. Some multiple times.
High on the explodometer.
Yeah. Explodometer.
Guys, I just before we get into this, we got to address the elephant in the room, and that elephant
Get out of
is
here.
the fact that this is a movie based on a video game. It's a video
Hence
game.
the
I've
PlayStation
played.
Studios logo at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. That's you fucking found all the clues. They're right there for you.
Yeah, Mr. Policeman, Sony and PlayStation told us everything we needed to know. Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming, Hallie, the reason we watch this is because you were a big fan of the video game. Is that true?
Huge Until Dawn head.
Now, Until Dawn is like a semi like FMV game where you just like wander around exploring, and then there's occasional moments where you have to do like little you have to like hit a button at the right time or something rips your head off.
Jump over something.
Yeah, well, there's very little jumping. It's like not an action game. It's more like a weird movie exploring game.
Collect coins? Any coins collected?
No coins.
You had to throw at the slasher to be like, can I pay you off?
And this is a video game that is like, it basically is it's attempting to recreate the feel of like watching a horror movie, but you get to make all the calls.
Yeah.
And it had a
The
bunch
calls
of,
are coming from inside the U.
and that was their initial tagline. It didn't work for some reason.
No, some people were like, "There's a killer with a phone in my tummy."
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. Now
it sounds like a giallo. There's a killer with a phone in my tummy.
I mean, that's a great title.
Yeah.
Baby's first giallo.
And the video game has a cast of teens involved in a murder thing, and those characters are voiced, and the characters resemble the actors that play them, including Hayden Panettiere, and Rami Malek. I think this is what actually got him his Academy Award, not Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh wow!
And of course, Peter Stormare, who in the game is kind of like a crypt keeper type figure who's like narrating things and kind of doing like little chapter heads. And he's kind of playing the same role that he ends up playing this movie. Spoiler alert! But he's less of an antagonist. He's just there. And I think that of the current working actors, Peter Stormare is a pretty good choice for like a human crypt keeper.
Unexpectedly, this is one of the few semi-recent. I mean, it's like a decade old now, but like they did a remaster of it, like a semi-recent game that I actually have some experience of.
Yeah,
and it's a weird thing
because they haven't
like
made like a Leisure Suit Larry in a while.
Yeah,
yeah.
But like this got a lot of, I think, shit from people who played the game because it introduces this like time loop element that has nothing to do with
is
what's
that
in
not
the game.
in the game?
It's not in the game at all.
Oh.
But the thing is, like, I understand like why they made that choice because, as Stuart said, the game is just an attempt to be like, can we make a slasher movie as a game and like have that be the experience? And if you transform it back into a movie, it's just like, well, okay, it's just a slasher movie.
Yeah.
Like, I understand why they
It's like watching somebody do a playthrough of the game.
This,
can we do a movie that's like a slasher movie? You can. Yes. They've made many of them. Yeah.
Like, whereas this like kind of is like, I guess they're going off the conceptual idea of like a video game, you can reset, you go back to a different point, you can try something else and see if your choices are better.
But after a while, you turn into a weird monster.
Yeah, just like in a video game, you turn into a Wendigo.
Turn into an incel.
I will say, their depiction of Wendigos, I felt like was a little loose.
Yeah, they're ghouls.
The Wendigo, for those who don't know, is a First Nation monster that
a hunger spirit.
It's a hunger spirit.
It often has something to do with cannibalism.
Yeah, you turn into one if you eat another person sometimes.
Why do you say First Nation? What's First Nation?
Well, like a Native American.
Indigenous Canadian.
Oh, that's what I thought. But then I was like, that couldn't be what he's talking about.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, okay.
Hallie, the indigenous peoples of the Americas have a rich folklore of monsters.
I know that, but I just didn't know that Dan was so well versed.
Dan's a big fan of the BPRD and the issues with the Wendigo character.
Oh, those are great issues. But Dan, I'm sure, also mostly knows the Wendigo from his appearances in Marvel Comics, where he was there when Wolverine first appeared. Yeah,
and he just says his name a lot, right?
He does. He always goes Wendigo, as if he's always introducing himself.
He's like a Pokemon character.
Yeah, and you got to catch them all.
Yeah,
because they'll eat you if you don't. Just like Pikachu.
Yeah, but don't eat them.
What do you think Pikachu is Pikachuing? Human flesh.
And how about let us go on with this summary? So we have a
okay.
You're right, Stu. You're right, Stu. The minute the mic turned on, your hangover disappeared.
I'll allow it.
Only good stuff. Okay, so this is a modern horror movie. So this bitch starts with a cold open.
Always.
We have a young woman covered in dirt climbing through some tunnels. This is Melanie, and she is running from some flesh-eating ghouls. She claws her way out of this tunnel grave type thing.
It feels a lot like we're watching The Descent in this one.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of things in this movie that are going to remind you of other better movies.
Yeah.
So she claws her way out of the dirt. only to be confronted with a masked slasher character. And before
she
he
moves
kills
her
her,
butt a lot more than she needs to. Also, did you notice when she's climbing out? She's like,
Well,
really
what is need?
that's the thing.
slowing her down?
And I think it's also
you're
it's
like
she's
less shimmying when
Yeah.
you're trying to get away.
Yeah, like she's stunting on those ghouls. She's like, look, you can't catch me.
You could have all this, but you ghouling.
Yeah, but
I gotta get away from these ghouls. Twerk. Gotta get away.
So she's confronted by this mass killer, and before he kills her, she says, like, please don't kill me again. And you're like, what again? Okay, cut to like a year later, I think. We have 5 friends who are trying to track down one of their...
Did you think, as I did, sorry that I'm interrupting right away, that like...
That their apartment was huge? Yes, Dan, it's a huge apartment for New York City.
How could they afford it on their salaries? Impossible, but it's TV. Come on.
It was a mistake to make all
They
of
always
these
get
characters...
the same table at the coffee place, and it's clearly the most desirable table because it's where the couches are. What do they have someone staking out that table at all times?
Yeah.
It's a TV show. It's okay.
It's a
Something.
slasher, so all the
Twice.
characters are going to be somewhat interchangeable in the first place, and they made all of these characters brunette. The most different is one of them is Asian. I think from her name that she's Korean, but like that's it. Like it was too similar in terms of like
One of them
the
had a
casting
nose
of
ring.
these
There's
people.
only 2 other girls. So you just wanted.
Well, then there's
Guys,
It was
but-
impossible
but-
for you to
but
keep track of the
missing
difference
sister
between these
also
2 girls with brown hair.
I'm not saying it was like I couldn't do it. I'm saying that like I know that like when you're casting these things, like a good rule of thumb is like let's get a variety of people in here. And
Yeah,
we did
you
not,
got a fighter,
you
a
know?
cleric, a rogue.
Yeah, Ranger. Yeah.
This was not an issue for me.
No, I think, Dan,
Okay.
what helped me with telling them apart was they all had different faces.
Yeah,
They did, yeah.
and characters.
I could fucking tell them apart, but I know
Did you
people
turn
who
the
have
brightness on
trouble
your
with
TV
this
down?
shit, and like I guarantee you that the sort of person who has trouble with this would have a lot of trouble with this.
Dan's really into old time radio, so he likes to watch his TV with his eyes closed.
Uh-huh.
Well,
And
Well,
that's Audrey.
if
Describe
that was
what's
the
happening.
case, one
I
of them has a
rescind my
very distinctive
objection.
voice. So
No, you can have objections.
no. Due to overwhelming pushback.
One of them reminded me a lot of Pamela Adlon, which makes sense because it was Pamela Adlon's daughter.
Daughter!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
well, that's the only piece
speaking
of
of these
trivia I knew
5
coming
friends,
into this.
Sorry. I didn't steal it
we
from you.
have Clover, who is the one missing a sister.
Mhm.
We have Nina, who is her friend who has, I don't know, like a rocky history of relationships. We have Nina's newest boyfriend, Abe, who is tall and drives.
I thought it was very funny his name was Abe, not a name I associate with like tall, handsome guys, other than the original, the tallest and the handsomest, Abraham
Sapien.
Lincoln.
Oh.
Abe Sapien, the tall, handsome fish man. But it just every time they'd be like, Abe, where's Abe? And I'm like, I kept imagining an old man, you know.
We have Max, and we have Megan. Megan is psychic.
Can I just say there's a part in here where like they make a point of how what is it? Nina always breaks up with the boyfriends after like 3 months or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I
And
thought
Danny said, I can fix her.
No, I thought this movie was gonna, knowing that there was a time loop, I thought they were gonna make hay out of like the fact that she was now stuck with this dude, and there was no payoff for that at all. Like I felt that was a setup without a punchline.
It's just character
better
stuff.
movie.
It's just character
Yeah.
texture, you know?
I have a question. How old do you guys think these people were supposed to be?
Like 30?
I mean, they could be. It was like
Yeah.
they could be 18 or 30. I,
I
had
assumed
no
they were
idea.
all like 23, maybe 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
All right.
fresh out of college?
Fresh out of college, exactly. Or Compton.
I guess.
Or the box.
I mean, I think they're in the
Again, not
northeast,
diverse enough
right?
to be fresh out of Compton.
No, well, they're exchange students, I guess, at Compton High. But I assumed that these were all kids who were fresh out of college, exactly. But you're right; it could be. There's a flashback to Clover and her sister, who they're looking for. We'll find out, arguing, and it's like they're in a house. And it's like, do they own this house? Have they just inherited it? Are they just visiting?
Are they squatting? Yeah.
Are they
I've heard of
squatting?
looking
Exactly.
over a clover, but a clover looking for someone else? All right,
Okay,
I got the audience back.
Yeah,
After my
Dan, you got them back
miscalculation.
with a surplus. Now you can say a couple of racist things, and we'll still be on your
No.
side. That's how good that was.
I wouldn't, though.
Okay, so they are on a road trip trying to track down Clover's missing sister, Melanie, who we would remember from moments ago in the cold open. They stop
Cold
at
open
a
Melanie, they call her.
They stop at a rural gas station where they have a brief, we get a little bit of character background, and we have a brief interaction with gas station attendant Peter Stromae, which I don't know about you guys. I'd be like, I'm leaving.
Yes.
No, thank you.
It is real Texas Chainsaw Massacre roadside barbecue vibes here, where it's like, this guy's bad news. You should get out of this place,
And spoiler alert, he will come back later, and he is the antagonist of the movie.
Peter Stormare?
Yep. Well, his character is
I don't know.
like something Hill or something.
It is very
but
funny
it's
to have a
such
guy
warmth.
it is very funny to have a guy with an accent as thick as his attempting to be just a roadside guy on an American rural highway.
I also like his haircut a lot. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And he gives them a lead that there's a nearby town or area called Glore Valley where there's there's been a lot of missing people.
Glore Valley feels to me
check it
like
out.
it sounds to me like a place that orcs would live.
Yeah.
Well,
I wrote it down in my notes for my next RPG campaign.
before the time loop was explained, I was worried that the twist was like going to be that they were like literally in a video game called Return to Gore Valley or something like that, but it wasn't.
That's the kind of idea that is both too clever and too stupid.
Yeah. That's what I specialize in, Ellie.
Okay, so while they're trying to find Glore Valley, they get caught in this crazy rainstorm, and they want to turn back, but then they find a very odd pocket of area, I guess, a land where there is no rain at all.
It's like the eye of the
James
storm.
Bond's villain Odd Pocket. He pulls like weapons out of his pocket.
He throws like
how do you have that in there?
lint and stuff, whatever's in the pocket. Yeah, exactly.
Here's a thimble.
In my hands, anything is a weapon. Pulls a gun out of his pocket. Well, but that is a weapon. Hold on a second. But Odd Pocket can turn anything into a weapon. Pulls a knife out of his pocket. Again, anyone could use that as a weapon.
Pocket's not seeming that odd today, Odd Pocket.
It's
But
a very
I just
big
have
pocket.
one. I just have one.
I just have the one pocket. I sewed the
That's
other one
odd.
shut, but my hand was
okay.
still in it, so I can't fight with that hand.
Like a kangaroo.
Yeah, kangaroos do pull weapons out of their pockets. So as I said, they find the one odd pocket of clear air, and in this little like glade, I guess there is a
Glore Glade. Yeah.
Yep, there's a visitor
Classic
center.
Glore Glade.
There is a visitor center for Glore Valley, and that is it. It's otherwise a empty area. So they, of course, park that car. They don't want to go back out in that rainstorm. And they begin exploring, finding all kinds of odd things in this visitor center.
I want to give a little backstory here for a second for the listener. Now, of course, our friend Stephen Kostansky has a movie out, Death Stalker, and Stuart was honored to be the moderator for a Q&A last night. I believe you're doing one again tonight.
Yep.
And, afterwards, went out with Stephen, had a few drinks. And so now the Until Dawn style challenge that Stuart has to get through is to be the person doing the summary with a hangover while we all interrupt him over and over again.
At this point, I'm just like water. I'm like, whatever, just go along with it, baby.
Now, if you were these people and you were in a visitor center like this, would you be suspicious as soon as you saw the wall-mounted hourglass with a skull on it, or would you say, I'm going to continue to explore after seeing
Continue to explore.
Okay.
I've played a lot of these video games. The first thing I do, find the bathroom to make sure it works, because they were just driving. It was rainy. You got to go to the
but I was
bathroom.
just imagining in a
But
video
didn't.
game, do you need to find the bathroom? That's
But that bathroom, once they get in there, it's very dangerous to be in there. You don't want contact with that water, as we'll get to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They check what else? They check the ledger. And
There's a ledger.
Yeah.
Here are the mysterious items. There's this
Okay.
mysterious clock with an
journey to the
hourglass and a
mysterious
skull.
items. Yeah.
There's the like guest book ledger that people sign in that is filled with the same names over and over that get crazier and crazier as they looser and more haphazard
Sloppier.
scrawl.
Yeah.
That's a detail I liked. Certainly in a better horror movie, I would like it a lot. Like where it's the same name being signed in again and again, but it deteriorates over time.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, there's a big punch board filled with missing person things that I think doesn't have any other information
No.
other than it says missing and their picture.
And a picture. So
Yeah.
this is once it was made clear this is kind of like a semi-supernatural thing. I was like, okay, that's
Semi.
fine. But then seeing them again, seeing them for the first time, I was like, what kind of missing posters are these? Like, literally, yeah, there's no contact information, there's no name. So all it's telling you
No
is this
reward.
No, this face is missing. Do what you will with that information, But it's because it's all supernatural, it's just scary, spooky.
What I do think was a good scene when Megan gets pretty close to here, when she gets taken over by whatever spirit, and then she goes in front of the board and she's pointing at each of the missing.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, and she's doing their voices.
She might win an Oscar bait.
Yeah, might. Yeah, you heard it here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
If Hallie gets it, she wins the whole Oscar pool.
All right.
So they explore a little bit. Obviously, they're all confused and they're like trying to get piece together what's going on. They find that there's a basement area that is actually feels more like a ground floor because there's windows down there, and it's fully furnished. It's beautiful.
How much is it to rent per month?
This out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's already there's a unwanted guest, and that is the masked maniac who begins chopping them all up. And there's some good, I don't know, how do you feel about I thought there's a bit where Max tries to smash the maniac over the back with a chair, and then the maniac stabs him through the eyeball with a chair leg or something, and his eye pops out. And I thought that was a cool bit. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, this is for what could be as a sort of teen horror movie, it could be the sort of PG-13 slop that we got for a long time. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of fun, weird gore that happens in this movie. And I also think that if I had watched into this movie not knowing anything about it, it would have been sort of shocking to me, I think, to some degree, that it's oh, we're going on a speed run of killing off all of the characters.
Yeah, all the characters are now dead.
Wait, though. I had an issue with this part because in the first attack, the monster seems impervious to violence. They keep trying to kill him and nothing kills him. And then you think that that's going to be a defining detail of these monsters as you continue, but then they can totally kill them later. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's weird. I think there's some kind of an element where, as we'll later find out, that everything is kind of born out of her specific fears or phobias, that the idea of an unstoppable monster is one of them, but as they become more used to it, it has less power over them, I think.
Yeah.
That would be my guess too.
Yeah.
Fear. That once they stop being as afraid, because the thing I had with this was, that these bad guys. This happens in horror movies, though. I feel where as the movie gets on, the bad guy becomes less impervious, just because the movie's got to end at some point. But especially the characters are they become less afraid over time, which is understandable because once you know that you're going to get killed a bunch of times, I feel like getting killed becomes less scary.
Yeah.
Right? Well,
and that idea, the idea of this being as you say, Stuart, a reflection of her fears, that idea comes so late in the movie that I'm of two minds of the rest of the movie seemed there's such a mishmash of stuff. It was I couldn't get scared by any of it because it felt like a haunted house. We're gonna throw everything at you.
Yeah.
We got this kind of monster and this one.
Which
the witch? What the fuck did the witch have to do with anything?
If I could, spoiler alert, this is something I like about the movie. Is there has it been in a horror movie before? Sure, throw it into this one. Why not put it in the bag, jumble it around? And I think at the end when Peter Stormare's it's a reflection of your fears, I was this feels like he doesn't really understand what he's talking about, and he's just kind of making it up.
No,
it would have been funnier if he was so you've probably seen horror movies, and this is what you think about.
I like the variety.
You're a big horror fan, aren't you? Not really.
It's fucking Psycho Manus over here reading her memory card.
I like the variety for sure. I just kind of feel well, would this work better if it was just literally oh, we went to a haunted house that somehow came to life, and every weird thing
Could
is
be because,
attacking her.
because when the bad guys are chasing them by the end, it does feel very haunted hayride, Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, like 13 nights at Freddy's.
Too many nights.
Okay,
Freddy is like, I got to get these people out of here. I only thought they were going to stay for 5 nights. It's been 13. You know what Franklin said? Guests and fish stink after 3 days, and it's been way longer than that. How do we get them out of here?
I think he calls him Ben. I think they know each other. Okay, so
because Ben Franklin stayed at Freddy's for 3 nights and said, I understand. I don't want to stay longer than that, Frederick.
Man, you're really got a lot of the impressions tonight, dude.
Whenever Ben visits, he brings that mouse along with him.
So all our characters are dead, and then they wake up back in the place they were when they first started exploring the visitor center.
Whoa.
We got a time loop situation. So our characters kind of like argue a little bit, trying to figure out exactly what happened. In this process, they continue exploring. Megan has her psychic episode where she seems to be possessed and then dies. Then Clover gets dragged by some invisible force into a new house that had appeared across the way that has all kind of scary stuff on it.
Yep.
Inside, we have a creepy old witch with a oxygen tank, and the witch pins her down and basically explains that they're trapped in a cursed mining town that was swallowed up by the earth, and that if you don't survive the night, you become one with the night, like Bane. And then she puts that gas mask on Clover's mouth, and then that possesses her, and then she kills someone, and everybody dies again. That's
the witch just kind of just deteriorates into dust, right?
Yeah.
And there are also tons of those harlequin masks around the house.
Oh yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Like Eyes Wide Shut, domino masks.
Yeah,
it was around here that I was like, oh, this movie's just going to throw a bunch of stuff in, and I was like, all right, movie, let's see what other stuff you got.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
And I gotta say, as much as I objected to it to some degree, if you're not gonna make a good movie, make a grab bag like this. Keep throwing something different at me.
I was like, you know what? There are obviously differences between this movie and Cabin in the Woods, but there are some times where I was like, you know what? This is like if Cabin in the Woods didn't think it was so fucking smart and wasn't trying to wasn't so smug about being clever. And I like Cabin in the Woods, but I think it's obviously a better movie than this. But there are times when I really admired this movie. I was like, you know what? We're making a kind of dumb slasher movie. Let's throw as many monsters in as we can. Let's throw as much stuff in as we can. Why not pretend we're doing something more than we are, Yeah.
So in the next time loop, they try to barricade themselves.
Know thyself, said this movie. And it did.
They barricade themselves in a bathroom, and they're like, man, I'm thirsty. So they start drinking some water out of the tap, and then that water makes them all explode.
And this is
best scene in the movie, maybe? I don't know.
Best scene in the movie. What did you think, Hallie? Was this too much for you? All these people exploding?
This was too much for me. Honestly, I was eating lunch as I was watching the part where the Megan explodes, and she explodes just in pieces. And when her stomach got all big, I was like, I think I'm going to throw up.
Yeah.
It was too much. I didn't like this.
This movie, I'll say, was bloodier than I expected and grosser than I expected. The one thing it doesn't have that would make it more of a classic slasher is at no point does what's her name and Ave sneak off to have sex somewhere.
Yeah, no sex.
While the other's getting killed. And that's the one thing it was missing to feel like, oh, this is like a real, kind of just throw a bunch of blood at you.
You could just do what Dan did, which is pause the movie in the middle and then pop in Red Shoe Diaries and watch the fuck out of that and then go back to the movie.
That's what Dan does. He always has to. Well, Dan. That's prescribed by his doctor. That every hour and a half he has to watch the Red Shoe Diaries.
Part of my ADHD.
That's a crank situation.
My attention deficit needs to be broken up by regular sex. It would be funny if you discovered this was this movie was sponsored by Sunny Delight or something don't drink water.
You can't trust water. Brought to you by RFK's anti-fluoridation campaign.
Okay, so
be healthy like me. Have a worm in your brain and collect dead bears.
She did have a worm in her face.
She did have a worm in her face at one point.
She did have a worm in her face. So,
do you guys think it's because kids just aren't having as much sex these days?
That she got a worm in her face?
yeah, that's the number one cause of worms in face.
Or why there's why
they
the
never
movie is
sneak
fairly
off.
asexual.
There's no hunger for it. Nobody wants to.
I feel like at least based on what entertainment comes out, for a lot of material is less sexual than it used to be.
in this particular scenario, where's the time to do it?
Dan, in usual slasher
There's
movies,
nothing
where's the
but
time?
Dan. There's just night after night after night.
There's so many horror movies, Dan, where people are
But
getting
they're trying
killed
to
and
get
two
out of
horny
it.
teens sneak off to have sex.
Think about the crazy body horror you could have done with like a wiener with a mouth on it or something.
Or they start
Elliot,
doing it and they get stuck together. Now they're
know
one
what
body.
Sure.
Yeah.
Elliot,
Like a certain movie that just came out this year.
I know what you're saying.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
In slasher movies, usually the sex happens between characters that don't know the slasher's there
That's
yet.
true.
It
They don't
happens
know
in
it's
the
there
early
yet.
part of the movie. Once people are running away from slashers, they're not like, hold on, let me get my pants down.
But
If I was in a slasher movie, I'd still do it. But then I'm built different.
Here's how you do it. You set up that these characters are always horn dogging each other, and they realize they're like, hey, what would be hotter than doing it in danger? Like doing it when we know not only can we get caught at any moment, we get caught
Always
and murdered at any
horn
moment.
It's like
dogging each other.
Crash. It's like
It's
Crash.
like
Yes, like Crash.
Yeah.
Except instead of cars, it's
okay.
slashers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Slash.
David Cronenberg, where are you? Make this movie.
And at that point, Slash can write the theme song because his name's in the title.
Oh, for sure. Well, he's the guy who stars in it too. He's the one who starts the club.
He's the
Now?
Peter Stromer.
Today's
Yeah.
Slash? Okay.
No, here's the thing
Okay.
is he shows up early on in the movie and you don't recognize him because he doesn't have his sunglasses and hat on. And then later on he shows up and he puts on the sunglasses and the hat and you're like, shit, that was Slash the whole time.
Yeah, and for when he reveals, they do a drum solo, and you're like, "What? Shouldn't it have been like a guitar sting?"
Elliot, you're blowing.
And then Sting walks out and goes, no, I'll play guitar. And he pulls out a
You're
mandolin.
kind of. Elliot,
That's not your best Sting impression, but I'll allow it.
Oh, it's me, Sting. Hello. Is that better?
you
Oi,
kind of.
Governor, it's Sting.
Oh, man.
Crikey. We gotta stop Slash.
You blew my mind, Elliot, because I realized that, like, if you're gonna become a celebrity, what you got to do is do it Slash style, where you have like a couple of key items,
Yes.
so you can maintain your privacy. Like, no one's gonna know who you are. Like, if Charlie Brown goes out in the world without a zigzag shirt, no one's like, "Oh, it's
You're
Charlie
right,
Brown."
Dan. A fictional character,
Yeah.
Charlie Brown, goes out in the
I'm
world.
just.
Yeah, no, that's just a bald child.
I'm spinning a tale here, Elliot.
No, that's why.
This is a humor podcast.
Bald
That's fair.
children with no shirt on.
Oi, it's me,
Topless
Charlie
porch. That's
Brown.
Winter.
Oi, it's me, Charlie Brown. Where's me dog? Yeah. Did you guys not know that all the characters in Peanuts have thick Cockney accents?
Yep.
Except for the parents.
No. That's how adults speak in Cockney.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
Cockney
hard to
gibberish
do.
slang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah means up the stairs.
Okay, so we're in time loop number 4.
Okay.
They do some more exploring, and they find some videotapes. At least one of them is like a dirty movie, which is a weird choice.
Yeah.
Which is
They
probably the
found-
Maybe
sex they
that's-
were trying
yeah.
to sneak in there.
Yeah, that was Dan. That was from Dan's collection. Yeah.
And then they find some video evidence of Peter Stromer as an evil psychologist conducting experiments on people that are trapped and turning them from regular people into like flesh-eating ghoul wendigos. And then he comes over the radio and he like gives them
rubbery
mistakes.
masks.
You know?
They have fairly. Did you guys feel like the ghouls were more? The masks were more rubbery than I expected them
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
okay with that,
in a
though.
movie. Okay, it's fine. It's just like I felt like there were a lot of great effects in this, and the one place that the effects fell down was those ghoul faces always looked like, again, people on like a haunted hayride who are going to jump out and scare you.
Yeah, but it
Well,
allowed them
Clover
to do
has
like
a latex allergy, so it's really
that
that's
makes
her biggest fear.
Oh wow, so that's really scary. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why. Yeah. Then never mind. 100% makeup people. You did a great job.
But I think I like that the makeup effects allowed them to use actual stunt performers, so
Yes.
they could do some like wacky body movements.
Yeah,
okay.
that's true.
So they after this video, he like gives them an ultimatum, and they're like, "You can let one of your members die for real, and the rest of you can escape." And they're like, "No, friends forever." They split up.
Except for
Clover.
Abe.
Clover runs off into the woods trying to find her sister because they're sure that her sister somehow is trapped here. And they find her, but at this point she is monsterfied, and they all die. They realize they have to die because they need to figure this out. Okay, so At this point, they start realizing, like, wait, how many times have we died? Like, it's only been like 4 or 5, right? But nope, they check the ledger. They have died like 13 times, and Megan is missing entirely. So to try and make up for the time lost, Abe whips out his phone, we look through his videos where we get little clips of creepypastas of like all the different ways they died. And there's a couple of like good little gags. I like the one where they're like, they find an open doorway, and there's just like a mask kind of floating in the like at regular human height, and then it stands up and it's much larger, and they're like, I thought that was cool.
I like that, and that's the part with the worm in the face, where it's like she's got a worm in her face, and they're trying to pull it out, and then it goes into her face, and they're like, and she's like, is it out? Did it fall out?
Yeah, and it's way worse.
It's way worse.
It's way gross.
I thought this was fun. Again, like you said, it is very creepypasta, but it's like that's fine. At this point, again, the movie is like horror grab bag, so like make the most of it.
It's also like the equivalent of, like in Groundhog Day, where you get like a fast montage of a lot of things happening over time.
Yeah, when Bill Murray drinks water and explodes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if we're going to do this, we don't want to see all of the 13 nights. We got, like, this is a good way of, like, getting in some, like, just general weirdness.
I will say this movie did the thing that I always want these movies to do, which is when they realize they're in a time loop, one of them says, it's like in that movie. And someone else, there's a joke out there that goes, well, there's a lot of movies like that. But I think I like that more than in any of these movies where people are like, what's happening? We've got to puzzle it out. Hold on, how do we explain this? And it's always like, these movies are famous. Just say it's like Groundhog Day. Like just, it's okay if in this universe Groundhog Day exists or Palm Springs or whatever, but I like that they at least...
Or Happy Death Day.
Or Happy Death Day,
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Live, Die, Repeat.
That's the same movie,
what?
Stuart.
All you need is
Kool-Aid on that one, Stuart. Oh, no, actually, Dan did. Live, Die, Repeat was the original one, right?
Edge of Tomorrow was the original theatrical.
No, but I thought it was originally called Live, Die, Repeat. Then they changed it to Edge of Tomorrow. But then they re-released the movie under the other title.
Yes. No, the book like was the book was All You Need Is Kill.
Yeah.
The tagline was Live, Die, Repeat.
Oh,
the movie was titled Edge of Tomorrow, but then they were like, the tagline's better than the title, so they re-released it or released on video under Live, Die, Repeat. Then they changed
I misunderstood. I forgot that the first one was All You Need Is Kill, which is I also don't love that title.
Yeah, people were like, why did you call it All You Need Is Kill? I'm like, well, because that's a bad title too.
Yeah.
All You Need Is Kill?
They could have called it Dead Again. No one's used that before, right?
Uh-huh.
You guys have been talking about this for 13 nights.
No. Hey, check out my back. Do I have cool spines? Okay.
You have the one. It's pretty cool.
Thank you. Tell that to my scoliosis doctor.
It's always ragging on my spine.
Straighten up, spine. I'm trying.
So watching the videos, they learn the fate of Megan, that she managed to survive one of those nights while recording Hill kind of inspecting their dead bodies. And she follows him into the tunnels. So they're like, well, we got to find her. She's in the tunnel somewhere.
So if she survived, why doesn't it just end and they're dead and they're monsters? Isn't the whole thing that someone has to make it through the night?
I have no idea.
I was wondering that too. I think the movie at a certain point doesn't care. Maybe there's an explanation for it. Also,
rules
like how
she's
like, I'm going to go follow him. And then
rules are weird.
But she doesn't take the phone with her to record anything else so that they can get this message. So there's, the movie's just at this point, the movie is like, you got it. Let's just get into the end game. Come on, enough of this. So
okay, so they wander off into the tunnels, these old mining tunnels.
Sorry, can I say one thing?
Yeah, of course.
No.
Okay, so this is
only one though.
Okay, just this one.
That was a thing. All right, you can say two things. Say the other thing.
Okay, so at this moment when someone's like, oh, we gotta go follow Megan. We gotta go find her. This is a moment where Abe takes like the hard line and is like, this is not a good idea, you guys. And this happens a few times in the movie where like one character has a really strong opinion about one thing. And it's like, how did you get to this conclusion? It doesn't I don't know why you guys think one thing is a bad idea versus another thing. Like there's no context for their like strong points of view. Did that?
I think you're both right. And also I'll say they're young people, they're just picking up and putting down opinions left and right. They're just trying on personas.
Yeah. Maybe they got it from their mom.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they got it from a message board.
I did like the one point where Abe was like they learned that someone has to die or whatever. And Abe is like, let's hear him out on this. Like everyone else is like, no, we're not going to just like, no, but come on, let's listen to this.
Yeah,
But that
like,
made sense. No, but that made sense because I thought it was like, but
he's consistently the selfish one. But you're right. The idea that like, no, let's stay here and not go anywhere. Why he feels that way is they all take turns being the one who's like, I don't want to do what the rest of the group wants to do, But my counterpoint to that is they're not really the most richly drawn characters. So I think they're just kind of doing whatever the plot needs them to do,
Okay. We haven't mentioned that they're so beautiful. I think that did a lot for me. I just was mostly looking at their faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how usually each group has like one really handsome member and the others are kind of like monsters.
Talking about us.
I don't understand what.
Well, I couldn't tell if it was that I was watching it. I'm like, are these all really good-looking people, or is it just that they are young? And so, to my eyes, they look good-looking because they have their whole lives ahead of them. And they're not broken down yet.
I know. I looked at a picture of myself 5 years ago. I was like, I could have been in this movie. Oh my
God. we're all various levels of attractive, especially for podcasters.
Wow.
We're
also now at the point where we're watching this movie. It's like, oh, these people are about 20 years younger than me. I was around their age when they were born, which makes me feel old.
And yet they're now dressing exactly like I dressed at that age. Fashion has gone full circle, is what I'm saying. They dress in a very 90s, early
Hallie,
style.
you're a trendsetter.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
It was Hallie. It wasn't the 90s. It was specifically Hallie.
Yeah, the costume designer suggested that Hallie influenced all her choices. So they go into the tunnels. They have some run-ins with some Wendigos. Clover finds her.
They don't take the opportunity to say, where'd he go? When to go? What? They don't do that. Yeah.
Clover finds
Who's
Megan.
on to go?
Who's on to go? The classic Abbott Costello First Nations
always
routine.
on to go.
Yeah. So they, I don't know, the Roadrunner's always on to go. Like, do we need to list other?
Yeah. The Energizer Bunny, always on to go. Yeah.
Always. So Clover finds Megan tied to a chair, and there's a Wendigo trying to snatch her, but he's chained to the wall, but he's slowly pulling his chain free.
Classic escape room.
She investigates some more. She finds
it does. At this point, it does feel like they're just going through a haunted house. Like,
yeah.
Does she fight? Does she deal with her sister before she deals with Hill, or is it the other way around? I can't remember.
I think she deals with her sister first.
Okay. Yeah, I think
so.
it's
She
before.
runs into her sister, and they wrestle around a bit, and then her sister's obviously
Dan,
totally monstrified.
Get that look off your face. It's not that kind of two sisters wrestling around for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you, Alex? Put this video out. Show that my face was blank and I was zoning out.
Zoning out because you were imagining two sisters who were wrestling around. Yeah.
This is the thin veneer of like theme though that is in this movie of overcoming, like putting trauma behind you, moving on. Like he's like, oh, I'm no longer letting this tragedy define me by killing you, my Wendigo sister.
Yeah, she used to kill her Wendigo sister. Then she
Dan, are we too far away? Are we too far away from my slander of you as a perv from a couple minutes ago to talk about the idea of you buying a ticket to the Chekhov play Three Sisters and going, oh, this is going to be sweet, and then being very surprised from what you see.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
So she
but at least Robert Altman's Three Women will give me what I crave. What?
This is a weird fractured examination of identity. I don't understand.
That's the one where John Cusack has all those people living in his head, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I know it's Pruitt Taylor Vince. Calm down. So she, Clover finds...
Hallie was raving. She was so mad.
Yeah.
I fainted.
So she finds Hill's office / evidence dungeon, and they have a conversation. He's drinking some coffee, and while he's distracted, she pushes his little coffee cup underneath a dripping pipe, so water drips into it. And he explains all this crap about how everything's born out of her fears, and her fear is the engine that drives everything.
You're special, Clover. Yeah.
Okay, riddle me this: how did he make that coffee if he's never drank any water in that house?
He probably brings in his own bottled water.
I'll do you one more. So, as we've talked about, the rules have gone at this point, but like, wasn't that just like a one night problem? Like, that was the fear that water would make people explode. A weird fear to have, but
I mean, he even says it's a weird fear to have.
Yeah, he's like, the water was interesting. That was pretty kooky. You know?
Like, that's how my mom died.
Like, if the water was a general problem, he should probably fix those pipes rather than just.
Well,
have
you would
it.
think
probably
that
just had like a
regardless-
really bad like water balloon fight.
Yeah, regardless, you would
right?
expect him to fix the pipe that is directly over his desk that is leaking water on, or move the desk. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So-
but it
Or
did
move
seem.
his papers that were still scattered on the desk, getting all wet.
Yeah.
So she tricks him into
That's
drinking
important
coffee, and he totally explodes. Is like he gets the tummy rumbles for a second, and then he explodes. And she's like, "I did it." And then she's
like, "Someone's gonna die tonight. It's gonna be you, Doctor."
And then so she rescues Megan from the Wendigo, and then they all are like kind of fighting their way through the tunnel. The other three confront that maniac, and they use the power of friendship to overcome his strength, and they smash his head with a sledgehammer. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then
That was a great. I rewound to watch that again because I was like, "This is so
head
much
splat.
gorier than I expected in this movie." It's a real good head splat. Yeah.
And then, they all run from the Wendigos chasing them, and they manage to burst through to the surface. They all survived. They greet the dawn, and they escape.
This section.
Do the sun salutation.
This is they saying "Good morning, Starshine." This is the section where it's like you're cutting back and forth between the hourglass is almost out. It's on, but they're still being chased, and the hourglass is almost out. I don't know if you guys felt this way. I was like, I got it, movie. Like, let's just empty that hourglass. Like,
I know.
No more of this,
Too
please.
slow.
Well, it's also
Come
like-
on, sand.
Because none of the characters have access to that information. Like we know that I don't know. I feel like it's a necessary thing to show us. Like we're not like, what are they going to do? Like trick us? Like.
I mean, like,
Where they show them being chased, and then you cut to the hourglass, and it drains out, and you're like, "Oh, they're saved." And you cut back, and everybody's dead or turned into monsters already. Yeah,
Yeah, and it was like, oh, that was a different time.
theoretically, like, I don't necessarily have a problem
This
with it.
hourglass is on Eastern Standard.
Whoa, gremlin rules.
Like, I wouldn't normally have a problem with it. In this scenario, I guess I'm not like, oh, they're gonna. If they're not gonna make it out, it's not gonna be because this hourglass goes out. I don't believe that. As I know we're at the end of the movie. That is not a fear
that's the
I
thing.
have.
It was like, I know we're at the end. I know they're going to make it out. So, like, let's just have it happen.
Yeah.
They're just cutting back and forth too much for me between that hourglass and then being chased by the same monsters.
Yeah.
So they escape, and then it cuts to a shot of an office filled with CCTVs, and we see
CCH Pounders, actually.
and we see
CC me on that TV, please.
and we see a different.
BCC me. I don't want to get a bunch of reply alls for the TV.
Yeah, BCC it. Yeah.
And we see a different property. It looks like a ski lodge, similar to a certain video game called Until Dawn.
Snap.
Oh, so that was a little tip of the hat to the fans, I guess.
And we get a little storm air whistling.
Yeah.
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 Terrifying stuff.
Not since Peter Lorre and M has a whistle been so chilling. Yeah.
Wait,
Because the dude
Stuart,
who's doing
can
it
I
has
ask
a
a
weird
question?
looking face. What?
Well, wait. In the video game, is that like a different level that it's snowing instead of raining, or what is the nod?
In the video game, it all like that takes place in like a snowy ski lodge that's near this mining town that collapsed.
Oh.
And in the game, initially you think that there's some kind of mass killer who is stalking the characters, but it turns out that's just a prank being played by one of the friends. Nobody's actually getting killed. Unfortunately, they happen to be doing this prank thing above a nest of Wendigos. So they have to escape the Wendigos, and that's the whole thing.
Ah, I see.
Oh.
And then the one who's playing the pranks, of
The
course,
Wendigo.
that's Rami Malek, because he's the creepiest of the actors. He gets like captured by Wendigos.
Oh,
But he sings his way out.
that would have been cool. They should have had someone do a prank.
Yeah, pranks are better
I
than
love
movies.
Hallie just wanted to be watching Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
You put a little
Sal,
headset, you put a little earpiece in the Wendigo, and you're like, okay, so you're gonna try and not
Tell
think
him you
you're a
want
Wendigo.
3,000 hamburgers.
Okay. Oh, they keep running away from me.
No, you keep eating the guy at the drive-thru. We're trying to prank the guy at the drive-thru.
Why'd we hire this guy? He works for cheap. This is where we do our final judgments. Is this a good bad movie, a bad movie, or a movie you kind of like? I'm gonna go bad, but it came sort of close to be a movie I kind of liked. It has this weird throwback feeling. It feels like an early 2000s horror movie in a way that, like, if it had actually come out at that time, I feel like I would feel weird nostalgia for it, and I could see in 20 years people being like, you know what wasn't bad? Until Dawn. It's a little better than you remember.
And then they try to turn it into a franchise. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it came out then, the creepy doctor would have been played by Udo Kier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jennifer Love Hewitt would have been the girl who's looking for her sister.
Great,
yeah.
Like, there's stuff in it that I enjoyed watching. Like, I was more into it than a lot of the stuff we watched, but it's not quite enough for me to say that I liked it. What do you think, Stuart?
Yeah, I'm going to say this is a bad. It's there's some bits in it that are cool, and there's obviously some gags. Like, I feel like some of the people that are involved in this clearly were excited to get to make a fun horror movie. But I think they're like, just the central premise is such a mess. It just doesn't work. And it ends up not being, I think, like, just the constant stuff being thrown at you makes it not scary at all. And I feel like Elliot mentioned Cabin in the Woods, and it feels very much like a derivative take on that. But at least Cabin in the Woods had, like, a very specific idea that made sense.
I'm gonna feel. I'm mean, not disagree because it's just about feelings. I'm gonna say this is a movie I kind of liked. I enjoyed watching it, and I think it was partly because it was just doing the most. It was not scary, but it was doing the most basic thing to me of, like, hey, here's a fun scene. Here's a fun scene. Here's a fun scene. And I'm like, you know what? This is not a great movie, but it feels like the closest I've seen, having seen a bunch of, like, attempted throwback movies where they try to shoot something in the style of an older movie. This felt like the most successful of that kind of throwback thing because it's just trying to accomplish what those movies were trying to accomplish rather than trying to ape the visual style or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm having fun. People are exploding. People's heads are getting bashed in. It's too long. I wish it was like 10 minutes shorter. The characters, don't matter. But everyone's
like half an hour.
Yeah,
but
it's like almost 2 hours.
It was almost 2 hours. At one point, I was like, "All right, this movie's clipping along," and I just saw that there was 50 more minutes left in it. And I'm like, "Oh boy, this should not be that much more." But I kind of liked it. There was especially compared to the stuff we've been watching recently for the Flophouse.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was like, you know what? I like that there's a bunch of good gore effects in this, and you could very easily watch this on a lonely Saturday afternoon and be like, that was fine. What do you think, Hallie?
I feel like you guys liked this better than I did. I really didn't like it. I felt like, at least if you're gonna, it wasn't scary at all, but it wasn't even scary in the fun way that bad scary movies can be. There were no, like, jump scares. I would have, I want my heart racing from something.
I mean, there are jump scares, but they don't pull them off.
They didn't make me jump.
Yeah.
I was sitting the whole time.
Unlike Chris Cross, who makes you jump.
It was a good thing you were paying for the whole seat because you didn't use just the edge.
There's no pranks.
Yeah, no pranks, no go. And I don't know. I found it like this, like, throw everything in and make it seem like a haunted house actually annoyed me. Like the witch thing really annoyed me, especially because there was
Which thing?
You walked into that one.
That's fair.
But there's, like, graffiti on the house that she lives in that's like, fuck the Glore witch. And you're like, oh, there's going to be, the Glore witch. This is going to be interesting. We're going to hear more than just this single scene. I will say the scariest thing and my favorite thing was
you wanted to watch the
Oxygen
Glore
Tank.
Witch Project is the problem.
Yeah,
Hallie.
exactly.
That's
Would have loved that. I love witches. Probably my favorite scariest thing.
We should watch a witch movie with you sometime.
Well,
Dan, can you make a
Which
witch
one?
movie so we can watch? Oh, Stuart, I walked into that one.
There was a really good one this year in movie theaters, but
I know.
yeah.
Which one was that?
Which?
Well, we don't want to spoil it.
My life has made it so I have not been able to see a movie in the theaters for, I don't know, half a year. So I've missed all these movies I want to see. So
Yeah. I feel like I interrupted you, Hallie. I think you were going to say something else that I derailed.
I mean, I wasn't entertained. I found it too long, and it made me wish that I were at a haunted house, not watching other people be at a haunted house.
The answer to are you not entertained was yes, I'm not entertained.
Exactly.
Because Russell Crowe was standing outside of Hallie's house yelling at her.
Yeah.
That was scary. He threw a phone at me.
Moving is the worst.
Yeah, but it's exciting too. Our new Max Fun HQ office in downtown LA is actually going to fit all of us in it.
Oh.
And the new studio is going to be so nice. Plus, we'll have space for hangouts and events.
Yeah, you're right. It's going to be worth it, but boy, is it expensive. Maybe we could get some help.
Hey, cool listener. If you want to get fun stuff and help us move, go to MaximumFun.org/Moving Day, where you can get vintage merch or buy naming rights to stuff around the office. If you help us move by buying something, we'll invite you over for pizza and beer at our new place. MaximumFun.org/Moving Day.
If you want to know what's going on in the world of movies, you should be listening to Maximum Film so we can tell you all about it.
Okay, but what if you already know what's going on in the world of movies? What if you're kind of obsessed with movies, like maybe you have a problem?
Well, then you should definitely be listening to Maximum Film, because we too have that problem, and it's important you know you're not alone.
We're talking indies you'll want to seek out.
Blockbusters and blockbusting wannabes.
Classics we can't get enough of.
I'm comedian and writer Kevin Avery.
I'm film critic Alonzo Duralde.
I'm festival programmer and producer Drea Clark.
Together, we're Maximum Film. Smart about movies in Hollywood, so you don't have to be.
But if you already are, that's also great. And hey, we see you.
New episodes every week on MaximumFun.org.
Let's take a brief moment to say a few words about our sponsors. This podcast, the one you are listening to right now, is sponsored in part by Squarespace. Now, if you're offering services, if you want to get paid for those services, you need a website, and Squarespace is a great way of doing that. You can get paid on time with professional invoices. You can use it for online payments, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling, and use their email marketing tools. If you want to design your site, they offer a complete library of professionally designed, award-winning templates with options for every use and category. You don't need to know how to code a site. It's got drag-and-drop editing with beautiful styling options and visual design effects. No experience required. Get out of here, experience. That's what America's been saying for the past
quite some
several
time
decades.
now.
Unfortunately.
But use it to your advantage. Make a website. Head to squarespace.com/flop for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code FLOP to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
We are also sponsored today by Lisa. No, not Lisa from Saved by the Bell. Lisa, the mattress company. You know, how you sleep can be as important as how long you sleep. A lot of bad sleep isn't as good as some really great solid sleep. And Lisa delivers on that how. Lisa's mattresses are designed to help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about my own personal life. I have 2 children who have trouble getting to sleep. And I got a Lisa twin mattress for one of them, thinking this will be, maybe it's his mattress. Maybe the mattress is making it harder for him to go to sleep. And unfortunately, now, my kids are still having trouble going to sleep because they both argue over which of them gets that mattress. And I've had to switch it back and forth between their beds. It's been very annoying. I should probably get a second one, really is the solution. But they were both really happy with how it was. And now it's a constant battle. Who gets to use that mattress? I should just get a second one.
One battle after another.
Yeah.
It's just that's what that movie was about. Yeah. And they made some changes to it. Yeah. That's what was adapted. Lisa has a lineup of beautifully crafted mattresses tailored to how you sleep. And each mattress is designed with a specific sleep position and feel preference in mind. So throw away the tyranny of mass-produced one-size-fits-all mattresses. Not everybody sleeps the same. Not everybody needs the same mattress. Leesa mattresses are meticulously designed. They're assembled in the USA, this country of ours that's going through such trouble right now. So why don't you just help it out by getting a mattress? Plus, they back it all up with free shipping, easy returns, and a 100-night sleep trial. That's right. If you're getting 1,001 tales from your new bride, 100 of those nights, after 100 of those tales, you can return the mattress if you don't like it. They also donate thousands of mattresses each year to those in need, but also partnering with organizations like Clean Hub to help remove harmful plastic waste from our oceans. Thank you, Leesa. Just go to leesa.com for 20% off mattresses, plus get an extra $50 off with the promo code FLOP. Exclusive for our listeners. That's LEESA.com, promo code FLOP for 20% off mattresses plus an extra $50 off. Support our show and let them know we sent you after checkout. You're going to get a good night's sleep and you're going to help us. That's Leesa, LEESA.com, promo code FLOP.
Also, if you are in the Midwest, the Flophouse is coming to you. That's right. We are coming to Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, Chicago specifically. We're not just going to show up at your doorstep.
Chicago, Illinois on November 16th. It's a Sunday night. We have one show, an early show that's already sold out. I'm sorry. However, we still have tickets. There's some tickets still available for our late show. The show's at 9:30 p.m. at Sleeping Village.
The 9:30 show is when things are going to get a little loose.
Well, because we are reviewing the Jim Belushi vehicle K9, where Jim Belushi tries to get his dog laid. It's very exciting. I can't wait.
This is called breeding.
And we also I just ordered the merch, so we're gonna have some cool merch there. Our new Flophouse shirts and posters. But if you're not in Chicago, hopefully we'll see you there. But if you're not in Chicago, we have Flop TV Season 3. That's right, the first Saturday of every month, beamed right to your phone, computer, or, I don't know, smart TV. The Flophouse is doing some live shows. Now, if you're not familiar with the past seasons of Flop TV, this is kind of our love letter to classic, local television, public access TV, and we do a trimmed down version of our live show. We do a new PowerPoint presentation. We do some pre-taped segments that you would never get to see anywhere else. And we do quick reviews of some classic movies. This season, we are doing Flopsterpiece Theater, so we are covering classic flops from the past 6 decades. And our next one is going to be in November, the first weekend of November, and that is going to be Xanadu, right? Xanadu?
Yes,
yeah.
Xanadu.
Xanadu get tickets.
That's our
Xana,
80s.
don't sleep on this offer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Our 80s installment, although it's really in vibe, it's sort of a 70s hangover.
It's
but
technically 1980, but that's okay,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the cops are going to drag us away for reviewing Xanadu.
No,
so
it'll be
I'm really
it'll be for
excited.
being against fascism. That's why the cops will drag us away.
Okay, well, that bummed us all out. I guess the only way we can feel better, watching some Flop TV. Now, if you can buy tickets for individual shows over at theflophouse.simpletix.com. That's theflophouse.simpletix.com. And we also have a season pass available where you get 6 shows for the price of 5. Shows are going to be archived at least through the run of the season. So if you missed an episode, don't worry, you can catch up. Hope to see you there. These have been really fun. I know my friends here have enjoyed it, so I'm really enjoying this, and I hope you guys tune in and jump in the chat on our next show.
Let's answer some letters from listeners. This first one.
Why not?
Yeah, we've never done it before. Let's do it now.
I like to
feel
try
like
new
I have
things.
to check the archives on that one, Elliot. You might get some Pinocchios, but this one's from...
I would love a Pinocchio to do all my chores.
Oh, wow.
A kind of living puppet doll? Sure, yeah.
Jeez.
Take it on the road? Wait a minute. This could be my ticket to showbiz stardom. I take it on the road. I put on a show where it's
he's a real
lady puppets
Stromboli.
from different countries are coming on to him. Yes, we could do this.
I always thought you were Geppetto, but the BuzzFeed quiz says you're Stromboli.
Stromboli, yep.
This is from Jackie
Turns
last
out
name.
that little goldfish. What?
This is from Jackie last name withheld.
I'm the whale?
Who writes?
Monstro.
Thank you.
What's your favorite phone call in cinema? Phone scenes tend to be short and sweet that only move the plot that only move the plot along but pack a punch. We got one in Ghostbusters, and I'm going to bed in The Post. The phones are working in Jurassic Park. Which call do you love? Thanks, Jackie, last name withheld. This seems, upon rereading, to be specifically about short phone calls, but
not the one I'm going to say. Can I jump in here?
I don't think I can stick to that. We may have the same one, Elliot. I was thinking Doctor Strangelove.
That's why I wanted to go first, Dan. That's why I said, can I jump in? Because I was going to say it.
You can jump in.
Because I figured you had the same one. I figured we might have the same one, which is in Doctor Strangelove when the president, Merkin Muffley, is on the phone with Dmitry, the premier of Russia, or the Soviet commissar or whatever. And it is clear that Dmitry is at maybe a bordello, maybe a party or something like that, but just this one-sided conversation where he's trying to explain to somebody that they're about to that a nuclear bomb is about to hit his country, and the stuff about like, can you turn the music down, Dmitry? Can you turn it? That's better, Dmitry. Thank you. And clearly Dmitry's upset. He's like, I'm just as upset as you are. I don't like. It's just such a funny performance to only hear. And Peter Sellers does such a great job with it that you feel like you're hearing the other end of the phone, even though you're not.
Well, and he's really trying to like soften an impossible to soften blow. He's like, now one of our fighters, he went and did a silly thing, Dmitry. He did, you know.
The bomb, Dmitry. The hydrogen bomb. Yeah, it's a very funny scene. What about you guys? What kind of phone calls do you like in movies?
I mean, this is a short one, but I just love in the movie Night of the Creeps when Tom Atkins answers the phone by saying, "Thrill me." I think that's such a great...
Yeah.
What about you, Hallie? Any
and
phone calls?
obviously when somebody takes Liam Neeson's kid and he explains his special soda skills.
Well, I was going to say the phone calls in When Harry Met Sally. I feel like they don't do the like split screen, like each person is doing a separate thing, but they're just like narrating what they're doing on the phone while they're falling in love. That was what I was going to say.
There's another good split screen one in Down with Love where it looks very sexual as they're both on the phone on different sides because of what the blocking of the phone call.
I bet you it's a parody of the one in, I think, Pillow Talk with Rock Hudson and Doris Day. I bet it's a callback to that.
Kids don't want that anymore.
No
sex.
No.
They want sexless phone calls.
They just text, and it's not about sex.
Have you seen a phone these days? There's no place to insert your sexual organs.
I mean, that's a similar thing. Like, do you guys have favorite examples of texting in a movie? I have one, but I don't know.
What is it?
Yeah, you just tell us yours.
Mine is in Decision to Leave, the way that when he's texting with the femme fatale character, the detective, and he's like so like stressed about it, and the way like he's watching the fucking three bubbles, and then the three bubbles are kind of like superimposed over his face as he's like waiting for her response. It's so great.
Let's move on to this next letter, which is from Kelly, last name withheld.
Kelly Kapowski. From Saved by the Bell.
Hey,
wow.
Hey, Peaches.
It's a fictional character, guys.
Yeah, wow.
It's not okay. That's what you were impressed by.
Yeah. Did somebody stick her in the Indian in the cupboard, and she popped out?
Yeah, one of the lockers at Bayside is one of those cupboards. Actually,
yeah. Screech invented it.
Hey, Peaches. I recently went back to grad school at NYU.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you on their behalf. And my first course was about
You've been designated to thank for... Okay, never mind.
My first course was about strategic leadership. There was a lot of media to consume for the course, including an episode of the podcast Work Life, focusing on The Daily Show. I listened closely, and I got exactly what I was hoping for. A 2-second clip of Dan pitching a joke and promptly getting shut down by Jubin Parang. Dan did not show up at any other point in the podcast. I learned a lot from that podcast, but the most important lesson is, of course, that Dan McCoy is a leadership expert. Mm-hmm. My question is, what's the most unexpected university course in which each of you could plausibly claim expertise? And what's the course where you'd be most surprised if you were cited as an expert? Kelly, last name withheld. My problem is that I feel like doing this podcast has revealed most of my hidden talents. We've found ways to work them into the top one, of course. But like
Yeah, you're really good at it. Dan.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
You can do it so fast.
You know, stuff like that.
Dan is. I think people don't
Speed is
realize.
the
drawing.
Yeah.
People don't realize that Dan is a globally ranked masturbator.
Yeah. So yeah, drawing.
That was a real flashback to.
Dan masturbates like stenographers type.
Oh, wow.
Just not even full sentences.
Kind of
Jesus.
staring off into space.
Yeah. It has to be read back every now and then.
It's a real roast. First, I get to remember how I was at the Daily Show, and then
Yeah, they're really taking you back there, huh?
So Dan, what is that? So drawing?
I
Or
guess some sort of art thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously things like miniature painting, but I also feel like I could probably teach a class on like staff development or like management training.
That's
and,
good.
And
Strategic
or
leadership?
strategic leadership. Yeah, why not?
I think I could, at this point, maybe I might show up as a source in an urban studies class after all the work I did with the Power Broker, which would be ironic because I have no formal training in it or really credentials or academic background. But I would
Yeah, that's pretty ironic. Somebody call Alanis.
Got him.
Got him. We're roasting Elliot now.
Now I'm being roasted.
No, I like
When
this
you
better.
Dan's in on this one.
This
The
was
worst part
good.
is when you said Atlantis, at first I thought you said Atlantis, and I was like, Atlantis Morissette? It's ironic she lives underwater.
Atlantis Marmoset?
Yeah, that would be if she was in
Marmoset.
Zootopia.
She could be in Zootopia too. I think I'd be most surprised to end up as a source in or end up involved in a course for any science, anything, any physical or natural science or anything like that. So maybe
Yeah, if anyone-
paleontology.
Look to me for any sort of sports instruction or knowledge. That would be very surprising.
Actually, that would be it. If my brother was teaching a class about sports in grad school and he called me in for a class to be an expert, it would turn out the whole thing would just be him making fun of me, roasting me for not knowing anything about it.
Like
yeah.
you do to Dan.
Yeah.
And what would you? What
It's
would
a cycle of violence, Hallie.
Yeah.
what about you, Hallie?
Hurt people. Oh, God, I don't know. I'd probably be at like a history course where they talk about me and they're like, oh, she died penniless
Here's
in
a case study.
obscurity. And yet, look.
Why are we studying her?
Yeah. No, but then I become really famous
Oh,
a
okay.
century after.
We need to. She is the trendsetter for the '90s fashion revival. Hallie Haglund.
Yeah.
Hallis Haglund.
Now, what were you wearing in the 90s, Hallie? Was
Me?
Dan.
what were the?
Oh, my God.
I'm not. Come on.
Baby doll dresses.
Okay.
Plaid.
Mhm.
Plaid pants with that were flared. Skater dresses. Striped shirts. Terry cloth. Plaid. I already said that. You know,
Okay.
your
Yeah,
basics.
And like Doc Martens or
Oh, you're
yeah.
bringing me back.
Oh,
You're painting a picture.
I had these knee-high baby blue Doc Martens.
Ooh.
cool.
Yeah, I had a lot of I had a pair of creepers. Do you guys
I don't
remember
know what
creepers?
creepers are.
No.
They have heel.
I've never
They're
been
just
called
like
a
flat.
creeper. But
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, they were silver with black stars on them. I'm sure some of your audience remember creepers. I had these red
No.
platform I had a
were they
great
used for
shoe collection.
sneaking up on people?
Yeah. Well, I think that's why I think they're supposed to be very
Okay.
quiet.
I would always
That's
wear
why they're
like
called
big
sneakers.
baggy. I'd always wear like big baggy straight leg jeans where the back of the jean of like the cuff is all like frayed as fuck because
Oh.
they're of dragging them along the ground.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a Sam Keith drawing, just kind of
That's
horrible
me,
frayed
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I I wore whatever my parents bought, which was why I was not stylish.
Sailor suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little beanie with a propeller on it and a giant lollipop.
Mickey Mouse shorts with big yellow buttons in the front.
Yeah,
Why are there two big buttons on this?
yeah,
I don't even see pockets.
like a bib all the time so you don't make a mess.
That's right.
You're like, Dad, I've grown out of short pants.
We'll make your socks taller.
That's kind of like pants. Okay, let's do some recommendations of movies that may be a better use of your time than Until Dawn. There's a movie that's coming out I believe the day that we're recording this, I saw just slightly early because of a guild screening.
You're still cool. You got to see it slightly early.
No, well, I was just like, it's gonna be so long that it's been out by the time this. But I saw If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You with the writer, director, and supporting actor Mary Bronstein was there and did a good Q&A afterward. But
so you're recommending we see it with the Q&A?
No, I'm just saying that it was nice to, like the Guild puts on these things, and they're supposed to at least be, I think, in addition to an awards push, sort of educational, like writers talking to writers.
So you got to go to that because you show up at the theater and you're like, don't you know who I am? I'm Dan McCoy of the Flophouse podcast.
No, but
I
will make or break this movie.
It was funny. I went to it was at the Lincoln Square Theater, and there were like 2 other tables of special screenings going on there. And I'm like, which one do I go to? There was also a Roofman screening at the same place,
written
and
by
it was
Radioactive Roof.
It was the premiere of the new season of Elsbeth, which was by far the most glamorous. There are all these like people there dressed up, actors to go to Elsbeth. But anyway, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You is I think that probably because I'm an anxious person myself is why I love movies that feel like anxiety stress stream. Like for me, it's a weird therapy almost to go through it from a distance. And this sort of goes on the list with, something like Uncut Gems or After Hours or Beau Was Afraid, like that kind of like
Air Bud.
Just relentless stress. And this one's more about the stress of her being a mother who's her partner's out of town. She has
you really identify with being a mother.
She has a child that
he's a bad mother.
Has some sort of mysterious ailment. And it's just, things stress on stress on stress, but also funny and surreal. And, Rose Byrne is amazing in it, but also...
She's been on a real tear lately.
She's great. But A$AP Rocky and Conan O'Brien are in supporting roles and are both really good. It's a fun movie if you like stress.
Yeah.
Stuart.
Guys, can you check the rule book? Can I make 2 recommendations today?
I'll allow it.
Okay,
but watch yourself,
Hallie's making
counselor.
a face. Okay, so my recommendations are both movies from Friends of the Flophouse, so I got to recommend them both. The first is, of course, the new Steve Kostanski movie, Deathstalker, which is a reboot, reimagining sequel of the Roger Corman cheapo sword and sorcery movie Deathstalker. Back in the days when your video store aisle was filled with Boris Vallejo painted fantasy movies that look nothing like the paintings on the cover. And this is Steve has managed to make this like super fun movie filled with lots of gags and like literally like wall to wall with cool creature effects. It's such a dream to get to see it, and it feels both nostalgic, but it doesn't feel like it's, despite the fact that it's clearly related to these these old sword and sorcery movies. It's not like, doesn't feel like it's aping anything, and it's one of those things where you're just like watching it and you can't believe that he gets to make it, and that like movies like that are being made. It's really fun. And if you get a chance to see it, it just came out this weekend, and I'm sure it's doing a limited run. It'll be streaming at some point. And then if another thing to recommend is friend of the Flophouse, Ashley Atkinson, who was a guest on the show recently, is in The Lost Bus, which is on Apple TV Plus right now. It's the new Paul Greengrass movie about a horrible wildfire. And Matthew McConaughey plays the lead, where he plays a bus driver who is tasked with saving a busload of kids and getting them out of the fire zone. America Ferrara plays the teacher that is helping him, and Ashley plays the bus dispatcher, and Yul Vasquez plays the fire chief. And I'm not normally a big fan of disaster movies, but Greengrass seems to really understand that the only way to make this story work is to really focus on the individual drama and individual to see it through their eyes. And we get 4 really strong performances from the leads, and it really makes the whole thing, the stakes really work, and the whole thing's great. It was very stressful to watch my friend play a character who was upset. But yeah, The Lost Bus, it's good. Check it out.
I'm going to recommend a different movie that's on Apple Plus TV right now. And that's, I know Dan is shocked. He has a shocked look on his face. That is Spike Lee's new movie, Highest to Lowest, with Denzel Washington, which is a remake of Kurosawa's High and Low. And I thought it was a really solid, really fun kind of like suspense movie. It's a little slow in the beginning. It does not have the crackling oppressiveness of Kurosawa's original High and Low, which is a truly just amazing movie. But I really enjoyed it a lot. And Spike Lee, when he's putting together a sequence, he can be one of the greatest filmmakers that ever lived. And he has a couple of those sequences in this one. Especially as the movie gets going, I felt like it picked up kind of like emotional energy, tension, dramatic energy. And so I would say sit with it in the beginning, where it kind of takes a little time to get going. But once it gets going, I was really enjoying it a lot. And Denzel Washington, as always, is possibly the greatest actor there's ever been. And so seeing the way he so kind of effortlessly owns the screen that he's on, and how effortlessly he can kind of go back and forth with the other actors is really fantastic. The other performers in it are great too, but it's hard to take your eyes off him when he's on screen.
Yeah, there's not a lot of actors that I would put up against Toshiro Mifune, but Denzel Washington's one of them.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. Just kidding. My turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to recommend Until Dawn, right?
No, I was going to recommend Weapons. Because the whole time I was watching Until Dawn, I was like, man, I wish this was Weapons. I wish I was watching that again, because that was really good. I went and saw it alone on my birthday, a little matinee.
Whoa.
And yeah, it was.
Don't talk about what happens. I still haven't gotten to see it yet.
I won't tell you what happens.
Wait, just tell me this. Is there a weapon in it?
Well,
don't tell me.
Okay.
Are there plural weapons in it? Don't tell me.
All right. Well, I thought it was great. Josh Brolin's great. Julian Gardner's great. Just all around. It seemed like it was an allegory that they didn't quite commit to.
This was my one problem with it. That I was like, does this mean a thing? And then at the end, I'm like, I'm not sure it did.
Well,
but I've come to terms with it.
Yeah, I felt the same way, because I was like, oh, I think I would have liked it better if they had gone all the way with that. But then they leaned so hard into the twist that sort of upended the allegory. And it seems like what's next for this project is leaning even further into the rejection of the allegory that kind of disappointed me, because I think I would have liked it more. But also, it was really good. I left and I was very unnerved, and I had seen it alone, so I had no one to talk to about it. It was.
You could have asked me to come with you.
Well,
I wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, exactly. So face
so
enough
you just
rejection.
Zipped over to Reddit and started posting.
But it was very
went to see
scary.
Weapons by myself. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, recommend.
I gotta see it. Is that streaming yet or no?
You might be able to buy it or whatever.
Okay.
Do you think
Amy Madigan is incredible at it.
I know?
Did she get mad again?
Oh boy,
does she?
No spoilies.
Elliot, I also think it hits differently if you have children.
That was my wonder. I know children are involved in it, so I wondered if that was the case.
Yeah, it's. I mean, also, it seems like they're not. Whoever wrote it maybe doesn't have children, because some of the like age assumptions about like how old the kids should be and what they should be doing were like wrong. But there
all
were
I
real
know
kids
is that children shouldn't play with dead things. That's
good advice. Yeah, it reminds me. There's that scene in Boyhood, and maybe this was based off of his real life. I don't know, where they're hanging out overnight in an unfinished house, and they're throwing circular saw blades into a wall. And I was like, the main character is like 10 years old and he's doing this. This seems bonkers, but maybe that's how they do it in Texas. I don't know.
I mean, that was back in the day. Like, I was doing some crazy stuff when I was
supposed to.
Back in the day, it's set in like the 1990s, that part.
Yeah, that's when we were.
Yeah.
Unsupervised kids?
Yeah.
You didn't have dangerous
you didn't do
stuff you did when you were...
Parents are like, yeah, you can go out in the middle of the night and spend the night, at an abandoned house.
Well, they don't know what they're doing if you're like staying over with someone. They don't know what you're up to.
I guess. That's a good point.
I just know that
idiots.
I have a distinct memory of us like starting fires beneath the porch of my friend's house. Like
we literally burned down my neighbor's 2 huge trees and lit her roof on fire. Like
that I would
Thankfully, we did not burn down the house, but we could have. And we shouldn't have been doing that. And that's why maybe it wasn't a good idea to be so unsupervised. But who knows?
I'm imagining a world where, Dan, you burned down someone's house as a kid and you blame it on the Talking Heads song, Burning Down the House. And now David Byrne has to testify at trial that there's no subliminal messages in his music to get kids to burn down houses.
Yeah. Multiverse, Anyway, thank you, Hallie, for being here for Shocktober. And you know what? We haven't announced on the show our plans for November.
Yeah, we got a new theme month.
Well, we're trying a new theme month this year. I don't know if it'll stick or not, but we're definitely doing it.
Depends on whether you, the audience, likes it.
Keeping your foot on the beach over here. So I'm just going to grip it and rip it, guys. We have a new theme month starting now and going on forever. It is called Movember because you're getting Mo Flophouse episodes. That's right. Instead of doing 2 regular episodes and 2 minis, we're giving you 4 regular episodes. And what's that? They're not regular. No, in fact, we have a cavalcade of amazing guests coming to join us. I can't wait to go over all this and hang out with all these cool dudes with attitude. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Ninja Turtles?
In a way.
It's 4 episodes, so maybe. Yep. I will say this. Our next episode will be a mini, and it will be coming out November 1st. So Movember starts after that. But
that's okay. So it sort of like shades into...
we transition from Shocktober into Movember. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, classic Flophouse blunder. But we will have 4...
Yeah, right, you congressman.
We call them funders because they're fun blunders. Yeah.
Yeah. But write them
like
about
Johnny
other
Funders.
stuff. Write them about all the terrible things that are happening in the world.
Yeah.
Tell them to stop.
Please stop. So anyway, Hallie, thank you for being here. Anything you want to say here at the end, or you just want to nod with that big grin on your face?
Thanks for having me. Right back at you.
You're welcome.
Hallie, do you want to plug your Substack?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah, check it out.
It's called
your local library.
That Hurts My Feelings on Substack. It's a great little read.
I think it is.
Slow Talkers of America sketch.
I'll say genuinely that Hurts My Feelings is when I see it pop up in my email, I immediately read it. It is the first thing, the only thing that I go to immediately when I see it. And I always find Hallie's entries to be both hilarious and also poignant, and they make me think about the world in different ways. Yeah, they're very personal.
Very personal. Okay. I tell it all, you guys. Yeah. So if you want to get to know me in that way, check it out.
Interesting. Okay, well, thank you for that plug. And thanks to Alex, our producer. He goes by the name Howl Doughty on the internet. Check out his music, his Twitch streams, his own podcast. Thank you to Maximum Fun. If you go to MaximumFun.org, there are a lot of other great shows you can listen to. Informative ones, funny ones that are both. Check them out. But for the Flophouse, I've been Dan McCoy.
I've been Stuart Wellington.
I've been Elliot Kalin. Just remembering now to tell you that my book, Joke Farming, is coming out very soon from the University of Chicago Press. I think you can pre-order it now. And we've been joined by...
I pre-ordered it.
Oh, thank you, Dan.
I have, am, and will always be Hallie Haglund.
Ooh.
So, Hallie, you were telling us you went to a Chapel Roan concert with a 10-year-old?
Yeah, I did. I was hoping to, I don't have a girl, so I glom on
Just
to
found
my
one.
friends who have girl children, hoping that I can influence, mold, shape them, whatnot. So it was my friend's daughter, but also my friend and another adult. 3 adults, 1 child.
3 women and a baby.
Exactly.
Well, 3 women and a little lady.
We're really turning things around. It's a new era, ladies. This is our world now.
Finally,
Yeah.
We
women can
take care of the babies
children.
now.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys were HOTTOGO.
We were. But then when
Look
we
at
were
Elliot.
getting
Look at him.
I
Doesn't
was like
understand.
halfway through
He's
that,
not
I was like,
young
I
and
don't
hip
know
like
what
us.
you're spelling out. Don't get it. I don't understand. Yeah.
But then when we were trying to drive out, it took a very long time, and someone had their window rolled down, and they were playing like a parody of that song that was like HOTDOGS, hot dogs are the very best. It was good. It was maybe better than the original.
Maximum Fun.
A worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
supported
directly
by you.